let's keep going with the wide receivers before we get to Brock. So Shelby Harris really doesn't like Jauan Jennings, and he came out after the game and he had this like very emotional like
Yeah.
called him a name, and then he said that like you should never talk to another man like that. And I was like, what could he have possibly said? So Shelby went on a podcast and kept talking about it, which I think is kind of
Weird.
funny. And he's like, yeah, you know, he just brought up people's wives and kids. It's like, oh, okay, I mean, that's kind of what trash talking is all about. Anyway,
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the interaction now that Shelby said what Jauan said?
I don't know if did you guys see that? I don't know whose podcast it was. It was I don't know. I don't know if you guys saw it, but this one guy's like, this is what happens in football. Like people trash talk, and if you can't take it on the chin, then what are you doing? Like, I don't know. Like I played sports. Yeah, I never talked about someone's mom, but I trash talk. Like I
Do you
don't.
remember the '06 World Cup finals?
Oh, 06. Yeah, I was 1 years old.
Remember that Italian
Remember that.
dude started talking trash to what's his face and got him to
Yeah.
Zidane, and he like headbutted the dude who got thrown out. Zidane, not the dude who said something
But it's
about
not
his
just
whatever.
Yes.
like I feel like Shelby's being soft, and here's why I say that. Like, dude, Jauan Jennings is looking for every competitive advantage he possibly can. Michael
Yeah.
Jordan did
because he runs a
the same shit in
4.8.
the NBA.
Exactly.
Like Michael Jordan and Larry Bird used to talk mad shit to other players and to each
Sure.
other. Like, you know, oh, your girlfriend, like she was with me last night or some shit
Yeah, all
like
that
that, or
kind of
your
stuff.
mom, she was with me last. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that shit happens all the time, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if you played sports, like you know, like everyone's trying to get into each other's head, and after the game, they're all buddy typically. Like all Jauan Jennings is trying to do is get a competitive advantage. Obviously, he got a competitive
succeeded.
advantage over Shelby. So like, I mean, Jawan's always been a guy who's going to stand up for his teammates and going to, you know, go into people's faces and be hard nosed and be this kind of like, you know, agitator. But I feel like that's a plus. Like, I don't know, man. Like they can go have that celebrity UFC boxing match or whatever after the season if they want. Like,
I don't understand. What do you think he like? If you think of every possible thing that he could have said, it's not actually it's bad, of course. Like, yeah, you don't just say that randomly out and about. But in a sports in a sports setting, people usually say that. So I don't know. He must have said something like maybe he crossed the line, but I don't really know. Like,
well,
I don't
remember Feliciano said Jalen Carter said he would kill his family or something.
Yes.
Didn't he say something like that?
Yeah, I think he
by the
did.
way, we could use Feliciano. I don't know why he was never re-signed. Like, you know, he can
Yeah, I
play
would
center.
imagine people say things that you really shouldn't say. But to me, it's like, okay, you have an issue man to man with what he said to you. Guess what? You guys play football. You're in a football game. You can hit him legal. You can assault Jauan Jennings legally. And not just one of you, man, 11 of you on one guy. Every play he gets the ball. So once you do that, instead of complaining twice,
No, that thing too. That guy didn't. The Shelby, he didn't do shit. He didn't do anything about it.
Hit him.
If you're gonna let a guy trash talk you about, let's say Jauan was trash talking about his mom. Well, guess what? You didn't do shit, and you let Jauan trash talk about your mom. You should feel ashamed of yourself.
He runs a 4.8. He's not going anywhere.
No, he's not.
I don't understand. It just seems like the Browns have it's like they were rude to us. It's like, yeah, because you guys suck and you lose every week and you seem to be cool with it. Like Myles Garrett doesn't seem to give two shits about losing every week. You heard him mic'd up. He was like, hey, girl, hey, George, how you doing? Oh, you're the best. Oh, thanks, man. You think I get a sack today? That's all you care about.
Sounds like George Kittle in the Super Bowl in the fumble.
Yeah.
Oof,
So
I'm
they were
sorry
just
I
trying
had
to have
go there.
like
I love
a
George.
nice day at the office without like people giving them shit for losing. And Jauan came in and rubbed it in their faces, and they're like, "Hey, wait a second, we're just rolling over and giving you the game. Be nice about it." George is being nice. It's like,
I wanted to ask you guys a question on that because Jauan Jennings obviously wanted to command $20 million a year. We know he's a good blocker, but let's be real. He doesn't deserve more than $10 million a year from anybody. I'd call a spade. Okay. He's 4'8" guy, like contested catch, not that fast. What do the Niners do if they just let Jennings walk and they don't have Ayuk next year and Ricky Pearsall and Jordan Watkins are your top two receivers?
that's why I think they bring back Jennings. That's why I think they bring back Jennings, even though you could make 10 arguments for why they shouldn't. And I don't think they should, but it's Kyle. And look at how Ricky Pearsall's been anything but the answer. I mean, does he really feel confident that he can just draft a guy? I don't know, because he doesn't even like rookies.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he feels he's going to get a plug and play guy. He'd have to take him in round one. Who knows how high up in round one they'll be drafting? I think Jauan's coming back. Kyle always leans on the players who know his system, that he knows and that know him. Use
Which
check's
is
still
so
here.
weird.
So
So weird.
he could give Kendrick Bourne a stipend in his contract for next year, bring him
Completely agree.
back, make it 1,000 yards that he get, and then pull him at
This feels like the
995.
quarterback situation all over again. Like, hey man, you don't have to spend all this money on this wide receiver because this wide receiver over here does the same thing for way cheaper. But
By the way, we were thinking about you on that play, Kendrick Bourne. He was in bounds, by the way.
he was. He
They
looked
didn't
like they were.
challenge it because then he would have hit his stipend for
He
his
was
money.
so in bounds. Both feet went down too. I was like, oh my God, catch.
Like, oh yeah, Grant's right. They're not going to
I
challenge
don't
that call.
understand why they went away from him. Like he's been one of their better players this season.
Isn't he
was
the only wide
balling.
receiver? Isn't he the only wide receiver on the Niners this year to have like 100+ yards in a game, like consecutively?
Yeah. Yes.
He had 140,
Who was
140.
that quarterback in that game?
Mac
Getting him the
Jones. So
ball.
that's another thing too.
That's why they benched his ass too. They're like, you're going to give him more money? We're benching you too. You're
Here,
going to
let me
make
give
more
you
money
some
than
stats.
that?
Quarterback rating when targeted this season. Kendrick Bourne, 99. Jauan
Yeah.
Jennings, 67. Ricky Pearsall, 55. How do you not have Kendrick Bourne in the game? And it doesn't matter because you've won 3 in a row, but once you lose one freaking game and you score 19 points, I'm on you. I'm on you for that. How do you do that? Not to mention Jake Tonjes, man, when he gets targeted, quarterback rating 129. 129 for Jake.
Tonjes is a dog. I'm actually pissed we don't use them. It's so stupid.
They should be using, you know what they should be doing? You know how the Browns use Njoku and Fannin a lot?
Yes.
Like, why don't we just use Tonjes and Kittle and have them
because Juszczyk has to play.
And we have to make Juszczyk's wife happy.
That's why I talk about him. I'm like, man, not to single him out, but like, why is he on the field so much? You could get base defenses on the field with Tonjes out there too, and he's a bigger threat.
It's because of the locker room. Like he's a leader, I guess. Like, you know, his wife is friends with everybody. Like they needed to bring
That's
him
what I
back
don't like about this team.
Culture.
That's what I don't like about this culture, man. Like they're such a good team, but things like this get in the way of them being as good as they could be.
But hey, how about your boy Alvin Collins, by the way? Dude's a baller, actually. They might actually hit on that pick.
Yeah.
Thank God. One of them.
He might be a better player than Michael Williams. We'll see what Michael does when he comes back.
He's better than Kinlaw ever was.
Yes, he was. All day, every day. Kim says, you mean the Anglo-Saxon clique. You said it. Dazza says, BA has been childish/immature, but the Niners have hardly shown they truly want and value BA since they drafted him. Most teams in the league have diva wide receivers. I agree with all that. Yes, he's been childish and immature for sure. But I don't think they ever really liked him, his personality, going back to when he was in the doghouse in 2021. Joshua says, before BA got signed, he sat out and didn't honor his contract. What's the difference? Need to stop holdouts. Yeah. Create the precedent. Keeps happening. All right.